Good day and God bless everyone, especially to you, Mom. Today we will have a short discussion about the natural law by the proponent Santo Tomas Aquinas. This is the first part of the topic under the natural law. Background of Saint Thomas Aquinas. Saint Thomas Aquinas was born 1225. He was an Italian who belongs to the religious order of preachers or Dominicans. The title Aquinas identifies his place of origin, Aquino, which belonged originally to the Kingdom of Naples and about 120 km south Rome. He was also born to an affluential family. His father was recognized as the Count of Aquino. At the age of 14, he enrolled at the same University of Naples, while at the age of 19, he joined the Order of Preachers. So in 1256, he became the Master of Theology at the University of Paris. Si Saint Thomas Aquinas ay ipinanganak siya ng isang pinakamayamang pamilya kasi yung tatay niya ay isang conte or Count of Aquino, which is yung Aquino, it refers to the place. So dati wala pang apelyido ang mga tao. Saint Thomas was a priest or a Catholic priest. Thomas died on March 7, 1274, leaving behind him the notable works like Summa contra Gentiles, Summa Theologica, The Veritate. The Catholic honors him as a doctor, a title given to saints who are recognized as giver of particularly important insights, the understanding of Christian doctrine or faith. Iste Dios non daritur. Iste Dios non daritur is an expression that highlights the validity of this ethical system with or without faith in the Creator of God. It literally means, even if there is no God. According to Saint Thomas Aquinas, even though if there is no God, we still have the ability to do the highest goodness because we are free from everything. Even though we are not in a certain religion or even we do not believe in God, we should always do what is right and avoid what is not right. Conscience and natural law are the second part of the topic under the natural law by Santo Tomas Aquinas. Conscience and natural law. The ability of man to know it is important in his or her acting ethics. The three contemporary questions. First, who am I? Domestic natural law interrogates the identity of human person. If one is endowed with his or her own facticity, history, and abilities, his or her present reality is accessible to him or her through self-knowledge and reflection. The task of knowing the self is the point of departure for the task of building up the identity of a human person. The second, who do I want to be? The human person is so gifted that is able to discern through options and daily realities. Decisions are the basis of one's freedom in choosing what one wants to be. The self also considers the truthful transition to what one ought to be. Given this knowledge of himself or herself and the ability to evaluate his or her options and possibilities, the self can also better give direction to himself or herself. Recognize the meaning of natural law and its relation to ethics. Natural law is a theory in ethics, and philosophy says that human beings possess intrinsic values that govern their reasoning and behavior. Natural law maintains that these rules of right and wrong are inherent in people and are not created by society or court judges. Conscience and natural law para kay Santo Tomas Aquinas, our conscience or yung ating konsensya, this is one who will help us in doing proper function as a person and being able to have that goal in life. Be able to fit the dignity na gusto natin sa ating personality. We have to develop our thinking skills as a person. What is the relationship between natural law and human law? Human law is made and known by man himself, while natural law is made by God but known by man. Example of natural law. assumes that everyone believes killing another person is right, which means that we human being has their own belief, traditions, and cultures. There are four concepts of natural law. First, we have eternal law. Second, we have natural law. Third, we have human law. And fourth, we have divine law. First is the eternal law. God creates everything and His will and wisdom is revealed to us. It is also the mind of God which humans cannot know. Contained in it are the laws which govern the universe and control the life of everything in existence. The second one is the natural law, the innate human ability to know what is naturally right. Also, everyone has a natural sense that good is to be done and evil is to be avoided, which some call human nature. It is what directs our conscience and if applied with reason to a situation will lead to the right outcome. The third one is the human law. It's derived laws found in the legal system. These are everyday rules that govern our lives from the legal system at one end right down to notices saying, wet paint do not touch. The fourth one is divine law, the sacred texts and teaching of church. It is also the law of God revealed to people through the Bible, which Christians call the Word of God. Jesus Christ, the Son of God, is also divine law. With him and the teaching of Christ convey divine law to people. Conscience and natural law. St. Thomas' discussion on conscience, it is the proper functioning or of reason in moving the human person towards an end goal that is fitting of his or her dignity. It is also absolutely binds us in doing the good and avoiding evil. Conscience as a reason is also absolutely tasked to be given formation. There are different kinds of conscience that may lead us to wrongdoing. First, we have the callous, second, perplexed, third, scrupulous, and fourth is the ignorant. Callous or callousness conscience results in the long time persistence in doing evil, that the self is no longer concerned whether he or she does is good or bad. Callous, which means ito ay isang paggawa na hindi maganda wherein para sa iyo tama na. Tamang iyong ginagawa in which in reality is still wrong. So, pinaniniwalaan mo yung sarili mo na tama yung ginagawa mo. Kahit na maling-mali. Because you're doing the same bad things again and again. Wherein you can no longer determine what is good and what is bad. Perplex. One needs guidance in sorting out one's confusion. Scrupulousness, on the other hand, fails to trust one's ability to do good, and hence overly fails to with avoiding what is bad to the point of seeing wrong itself, with avoiding what is bad to the point of seeing wrong where there really is none. Scrupulous, which means napaka-careful mo. Sa sobrang ingat mo, hindi mo na ma-determine yung tama o mali. Yung mga bagay na akala mong tama para sa yung mali. All we have to do is to educate ourselves, our conscience, and our mind, whereas to be able to decide what we need to do in terms of doing moral virtue or doing what is good. Hindi natin pwede kontrahin yung conscience natin because our conscience will tell us of what is good and bad. We have to follow what our mind tell us or telling us. By educating to ourselves to do what is right, then we will be able to avoid bad things. Only education can really help us. It will help us to determine on how we will be able to improve or develop our personality into someone that we really want in our life, which is being a good person. The last is the ignorant. refers to one's awareness of his unique thoughts, memories, feelings, sensation, and environment. This is the last part of the topic under the natural law by Santo Tomas Aquinas. What is the relational of love for Saint Thomas Aquinas? So according to Aquinas, loving another person with a more amicitate entails desiring the complete or perfect end of the person, just as the agent who loves herself properly desires her own objective good. She desires the objective good of the ones she loves. According to Saint Thomas Aquinas, we have the ability to do good even though we are not faithful, even though we do not believe to a certain religion, and that is a natural law of being a human. To do what is good dahil nakatatak na ito sa puso't isipan ng isang tao. So according to Thomas Aquinas, kaya natin gumawa ng isang bagay na kahit we do not believe in God, we can do good things na malaya tayo. So anyone can be a good person kahit hindi pa tayo belong sa isang religion o kahit hindi pa siya naniwala kay God. He or she can still be the person na maganda yung ginagawa sa paligid niya at sa kapwa niya. Ito yung natural law according to Saint Thomas Aquinas. Even though for some reason may pagkakapareha yung ethical things na ginagawa ng isang tao using the natural law. Same things that with teaching in the Bible. As a human being, we have the freedom to choose what is right and what is not right. We are not created like a machine according to Saint Thomas Aquinas. We have an independence sa sarili natin to do those ethical things, to be the specific person that we want to be real, kung ano ang gusto natin. And we will be able to learn good things based on our knowledge. And we will attain the full realization yung dapat na magiging tayo. Because we have the ability to be the best version of ourselves. Magkakaiba man tayo individually, but again, we can do good things na hindi kaya ng iba. Same thing with other person, but we have similarities in terms of doing what is right.